episode 553. Thank you all for listening to episode 552, Conspiracy Theory 1. Morgan is Jimmy. I am not Jimmy or Morgan, but Gray, here with my co-host.
Voodoo Bear.
And that's it. No Parrot. Parrot is in Ukawaka, Florida, selling, doing some merchandising, and he'll be off for the next 2 weeks because he'll be selling next week too. He's in Florida for the next 2 weeks.
Florida. What a
Enjoy,
terrible place to be.
enjoying the weather. So, Parrot, enjoy Florida, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. And no Kode because he's probably sleeping.
Good chance. Just napping. He'll come on in about 38 minutes, probably.
And this show will be over by then. So, because we don't have a lot, we'll get into some stuff, and I'm sure we'll have some chats along the way. But first off, let's thank the normal people. Thank you to Wes Anderson for Moments of Time. Check him out on Facebook, Wes Anderson Music. Give him a follow on Twitter and Instagram at Songs by Wes. Thank you to All Wear Clothing. Visit allwearclothing.com. Mention Over the Line Podcast. Brandon will hook you up with that merch deal, like this swag that we wear here. OTL, Faux Life. Do we know if our guy got his stuff?
He hasn't said anything yet. I'm sure he has, but
Good. Yeah. Oh, this same shit again. Sorry, Ryan. But we next year maybe it'll be something different. Maybe we'll send a crown with OTL on it or a plaque.
I mean, yeah, if he wins another thing in 3 years, we probably should.
Jesus. Yeah, we should. Just get like a get a stamp made for him.
Mm-hmm. We'll take him one of Cody's belts. We'll steal one of Cody's belts and
Yeah.
put OTL champ on there and send it. Cody will never know he's sleeping, so it's okay.
No, yeah, he's always sleeping. So, but yeah, check out Brandon. He'll hook you up with that deal. Thank you to Crandall's Quality Landscaping. Give Sean a call, 419-704-5471. Serves the Toledo and surrounding areas and not.
Jesus, Boston. Sorry, I'm watching the Celtics halftime on NBA League Pass, and they have a nice. It looks like I don't want to say special needs because that's not the word, but special needs kids playing basketball at halftime, which is really cool. And one of the kids
So
just
it's like Special Olympics, probably something like that.
yeah, it must be a local thing. They're all wearing like Lancer stuff. Really cool.
Nice. That's
And
neat.
one kid gets the ball from the elbow and he goes to shoot regular stop and then potty shot it, fucking swished it. That's why I was like, what? I was like, holy shit, that was awesome.
That's amazing.
That was
Gotta love that.
sweet.
And
Yeah, Boston. So sorry, Sean.
yeah, but Sean does not serve Boston. But I tell you what he does serve. So I've been talking to Sean this past week. So he asked me with my career and the success I've had in different multiple careers in my life and what I've done in my life, if I would come speak to a group of students that he speaks to at our former high school. So today I had the responsibility and the privilege to go speak to about, I think it was about 10 to 12 students this morning, just about my life and, how I got where I am and how I chose my career. And got to talk to all of them too about what they want to do and just some really neat things that people want to do. A couple of the kids have their own landscaping business now. So kind of similar to what Sean's doing. One dude does boat restoration, restored a boat already, and he's trying to do car restoration. Somebody wants to get into fine arts. Another one wanted to get into culinary, and there was another one that wants to do underwater welding, like he does welding now. And then another one works with kids with disabilities, and so that tugs at my heartstrings for what he's wanting to do. Is so interested in what I do by day, and talked to him quite a bit, and I learned a lot about that young man, and learned that he was a star athlete for where we went to school, and he wanted to. What he does is he helps kids with disabilities on the side, teaches them dance and ballet. I thought that was just so neat, and just to be able to have the privilege to go in there and talk to them and relate to Sean. And I made a comment to Sean. We cracked on each other a few times. I cracked on him. I was like, yeah, we were good students, but Sean, he was in the principal's office quite a bit. And then he cracked on me later when I told the kids. I was like, look, I could talk to you all day, and he's just like, yes, he could. So he got his crack back, which was nice. And
I figured he would have said something like, and when Gray was here in high school, he had a full head of hair.
yeah, yeah, something probably. And no, it was good. We bounced off one another, and I said, and something you want to know about this guy, but I gave him a high compliment, and I worked with Sean 20 years ago at Browning, out in Waterville,
Yep.
and said he got me a job there, and I worked with him. And the dude he's the hardest worker I know and ever worked with. And I would watch him work, and I was like, this dude can't be the hardest worker in the room. It's got to be me. And I said, so he made me a better worker just by watching him.
Nice.
And I said, so that's never changed. And because he's the same, Sean has always been that way. And it was just really cool to be able to go there. And I told him, I was like, dude, who would have ever thought, just looking
Mhm.
back that we were able to have that opportunity. And he does that once a month where he'll get somebody, he meets with them, and sometimes he gets a speaker to come in and talk to them. I met the head football coach, good guy. And I said, how long you been here now? And I was like, this has been like 8 years, right? He's like, yeah, just finished my eighth season. I'm like, that's unbelievable to me. It's been 8 years. And I said, I know I was sitting looking at the banners the other day, and I was like, oh, that's when he started, when we got our first
Yeah,
banner in
when the
30
banner
years,
started
40
going.
years. And then, they're just coming, and he's like, yeah, and we should have a great year next year too. So just congratulated him on all the success, and what a humble guy, just super humble about what he's doing. And he's like, I really appreciate that. And he's good for the program, good for the school. And you could see that those athletes respect him, and he commands it, and he gets it, and he's just doing a good thing over there.
Good.
And in the meantime, as we're thanking sponsors, we got Koala Cody, who just woke up from his nap.
You got Rip Van Cody.
I wish I was.
Oh, you still got to go to bed yet, don't you?
I still gotta go to work.
Oh shit! So you did just get up. Still got to go to work. Well, we're just thanking sponsors, man. So we're just in it. But
Nice.
Cody has joined us. So no parrot, as we mentioned to everybody for the next 2 weeks. But we'll back to the sponsors. So thank you to Paper Denim Art. Go to Facebook, check out Paper Denim Art. Tell Danny what you want. Mention Overline Podcast. She's going to hook you up with whatever artwork you may desire. Thank you to Great Key Merch. Get in touch with us, greatkeymerch@gmail.com, and we will come help vend any of your festival or concert needs. We're not carnies. We do merchandising for bands. So reach out to us. Thank you to Sparty Steve. And last but not least, Connell Barrett, datingtransformation.com.
Yeah, make sure you get over to datingtransformation.com and get that free consultation when you mention Over the Line podcast. And in the meantime, get to amazon.com and buy Connell's book, Dating Sucks, But You Don't.
So we were supposed to have trivia. Jeremy's feeling a little under the weather, so he tried to send it to me, but I did not get the email. So unfortunately, probably no Super Bowl trivia today, but we'll get it back next week. So we're just gonna pop right into golf, Bear.
Yeah, last week, AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am, the PGA decided to go all live on us and cancel the fourth round. So after round three, your champion is Wyndham Clark. And someone picked him this week. We finally got a winner. That was me, the second worst person on this panel. Finally got a win. It only took for them to cancel one round for me to get a win, so I will take it. But yeah, pretty nasty weather on the West Coast. A lot of rain, a lot of storms, a lot of wind that they're having right now. So NASCAR was moved up to Saturday. They thought they'd be able to get golf in, but the weather is just too treacherous. So they ended up canceling. Late Sunday, they decided they weren't going to play because originally they were just going to delay it until Monday. Weather wasn't going to get any better. So they realized, yeah, we just got to cancel it, which they did. So, yeah, Wyndham Clark gets the W after shooting 60 on Saturday, mind you. I mean, I think there was a little bit behind this, jokingly to a couple guys I was with this weekend, a couple buddies. I was like, it's funny that they canceled it for the one guy who was been destined to go to live. So he gets the lead, and they give him the win. But yeah, big for him. I think he got like 5.5 million because it was one of the exempt big prize ones there. So I think he won a bunch on it. The rest of us, not too bad. Parrot was second. Eric Cole had a 14. Cody and Gray both had different guys, but both finished 31st. Nikolai Hojgaard for Gray and Thomas Fleetwood for Cody. Jeremy got a 66 out of Max Homa, and Dub got a 70 out of Cam Young. So this week they go to the one of the best tournaments of the year, TPC Scottsdale, the Waste Management Phoenix Open, always on Super Bowl weekend. Got the rowdy par three, hole 16, the party hole pretty much. Weather hasn't been great there either, just because this again the system's staying on the West Coast, but they should be able to get golf in, so it shouldn't be any problem. This week maybe a little bit rainy, but I think it should be fine. Um, but yeah, Scottsdale is again one of the better, bigger tournaments of the year. A couple people have withdrew. I think I saw Xander Schauffele. He withdrew. There was one other who I saw who was a bigger name. Oh, Victor Hovland also withdrew. So a couple bigger names that ended up withdrawing from this tournament. But again, this is one of the good ones. Fun tournament, always a good one to watch, especially before the Super Bowl. But two of the best holes, 16 and 17. 16 being again a mid-range par three party hole, and then go to 17 right after, and it's a drivable par four with water that can crush you or could definitely make your tournament if you can drive that green. But last 2 years, Scotty Scheffler has won back to back, so he's going for a three-peat. Would be the first three-peat on tour in a tournament, I think, since like 2013 or something like that. And I think it was Zach Johnson at the John Deere, not even a Tiger Woods. So yeah, should be fun. But for this one, we were talking before we started airing that every winner so far this year has been 100 to 1 odds or longer in the 5 tournaments so far in 2024. This tournament, on the other hand, nobody over 100 to 1 has won since 2014, and that was Kevin Stadler. It's all been 50 to 1 or less. 50 to 1 is normally the top 5 to 6 guys of favors. So it's, the cream normally rises to the top in this event, put it that way. Obviously, Scheffler is your massive favorite. So he'll be a favorite for everyone to pick. But going into this week, our number one guy isn't even here, Parrott at 30.8. You have Gray at 35.4 sitting in second. Myself and Jeremy tied at 40.4 in third, Dub at 43, and Kode at 51.2. But out of the 2 times he's picked, he's had guys make the cut, funny enough.
Go
So
Kode.
since we don't have Parrott, Jeremy took Justin Thomas. Gray, it goes to you.
I'm gonna take Parrott's pick last week. Give me Eric Cole. He's getting top 20s. If I get a top 20, I move up in my percentage. I'm good with that.
Yeah, Eric Cole he's just been playing some solid golf. Simple as that. Just looks good. So I think he can definitely have another top 20 week. I think I actually bet him to finish top 20 this week too. So I'll be rooting for you.
7 out of the last 10 tournaments, which means this might be the one he doesn't.
Exactly. That's always how it works. I'm going with Sahith Theegala this week. He's played here well the last couple of years. Had a chance last year with his family there. Ended up having a rough couple stretch. Did finish top 10, but I'm going Theegala this week. He hasn't played in a couple weeks, so I think he'll be ready to come out and shoot low at Scottsdale.
I took Scheffler last year.
And you got to win.
I
Kode?
did.
I'm gonna go with JT Poston.
Okay. I like
JT.
that. He's been having a good year as well. The postman, as they call him. JT Poston. I got to text Dub and see what the hell his golf pick is. Dub.
Yep. And in the meantime, after you text Dub, we'll talk about the old NASCAR race this past weekend while you're doing that. But it got moved a day early because all that rain that was going to rain Sunday to Wednesday. So at the Coliseum had a race, did not have a wreck for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Long time. And it was, for the most part, I found it boring, and Gibbs was dominating the whole time, and then all of a sudden just boop, back, gone.
Yep.
And unfortunately it happened, and our least favorite driver won, Dennis Hamlin.
So when we were going to Hocking Hills this past week, we just stopped and got food before we went on the way. Our total, and it was just weird because we just happened to be talking about NASCAR and the Clash just in general. Our total was 23-11. So at that point, I bet on Bubba and Denny to to win the cup this year. So I threw a couple future bets out there for them, and then funny enough, Hamlin goes and wins the Clash. I go, interesting. So just a little. You'll see when we do our NASCAR preview next week where I might be going with my Final Four.
Let's see, Bubba. Did you buy dinner today? I need to know what your what your numbers were.
No, I did not
It
today.
was
So,
it was 312. Oh, Austin Dillon and Ryan Blaney,
yeah,
not Dale Earnhardt.
no, yeah, Dale can't buy dinner anymore. Sorry.
No, not for $3. You ain't. The
Well, that's true too.
yeah. The but yeah, it was all right. We got the 500 next week. We'll do our preview then, as you said, and we'll get into the Super Bowl here soon. But Bear, I do need you to pull up trivia because I
Oh.
messaged Jeremy. He got back and said it would help if I click send. So I did get the Super Bowl trivia, and I just opened it, and I cannot see the answers. It is in white text, so it is in the background.
Fancy.
So I will make sure I share L's screen after you give the update of the standings.
Yeah, so after two trivia rounds, our updated standings, we have Ray at 11.5, Cody with 0, Bear with 1.5, Dub with 0, and Parrot with 0.
How the hell am I winning by so much?
Because we played the game
Oh,
where you
the
accrue
knockout.
points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we played knockout last week. That's right. Because
Yeah.
before it was like 1.5 to 1.5.
Yeah. Yeah. Cody would have dominated that. It
Oh,
was
dude,
who
I
was
wish
in
he
the
could have.
Royal Rumble entries, who was in one and who was never in one.
You would have done. You would have done all right.
I think so.
All right. So
Yeah.
first question: who's the only player who's caught passes for 3 different franchises in Super Bowls? Pittsburgh, Denver, San Fran. Worth 3 points. So let's just do that one first. I gotta find
Hmm.
a chat box.
Who's caught passes?
Hmm.
Pittsburgh, Denver, San Fran.
Where the hell? Chat. There we go.
So it's either the 70s or the 90s. Good luck.
Right? Huh.
That's a tough one.
Very, yeah, because I'm stuck in the.
Uh,
I'm in the 90s.
It's got to be. I mean,
I can only think of one.
San Fran played in 95, Pittsburgh played in 96, and Denver would have been 98, 99. So it had to have been those years. Because I don't actually think San Fran made made the Super Bowl until the 80s, not the 70s. So that would have been like late 70s and early 80s. Jeez. But God, you got to think of some rando third stringer. I mean, it's got to be.
uh, uh.
I got mine in there. I don't think it's right at all.
I'm just trying to think of a receiver Pittsburgh would have had because they played Dallas in that Super Bowl.
Hmm.
It's probably a fucking offensive lineman or some shit.
Oh man.
I don't even know if I have a guess. All right, I got a guess, and it's totally wrong, but it's going to be awesome.
Cody, you ready?
Oh, I don't even have a guess really. Pittsburgh, Denver, San Francisco. I don't know. No, I can't even think of anybody else that was
Yeah.
big on receiver. All right, I'm just guessing.
All right. 3, 2, 1, and go. Ed McCaffrey, Lynn Swan, Yancey Thigpen.
I know
The
Swan
answer,
called one.
the answer is, oh shit. Just highlight over it.
It's got to be next to the.
Oh, next. Yeah, good. Manuel Sanders.
Emmanuel Sanders.
Fuck. I'm thinking, duh. San Fran was in the Super Bowl. Denver won with Peyton, and Pittsburgh was in it too. God damn it.
I
We were
would never
thinking way
guess.
too far back.
I would have never thought Emmanuel Sanders.
I would have never guessed he would have been there with San Fran. He must have not even. Well, he must have been. That
Yeah.
had to have been what 2020 then. 2020
Yep.
had to be.
Well, could he have played when Jim was there? I'm interested to see that.
No, because it would have had to have been like his rookie year in Pittsburgh, and then
He was
Denver.
drafted by
Denver.
Pittsburgh, right?
I remember Denver now for sure under Peyton, but San Fran had to be 2020. It had to be his last year in the league, I
Yeah,
bet.
2019, and then he played with the Saints in 20 and the Bills in 21.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, that is an awesome trivia question because that is a toughie.
He won the Super Bowl 50. That was with Denver. Was with Pittsburgh. They lost to what? Green Bay, right?
That was back in 2011. That's why I would have never guessed it because it's just such a long stretch.
Yes, it is.
Hmm.
Yes, it is. All right. So nothing there. In the last 20 years, who's the only player who's run for over 100 yards in a Super Bowl game who was also drafted by that franchise? For instance, Marshawn Lynch ran for 100 yards, but he was drafted by Buffalo, not Seattle. The team he was with was in the Super Bowl. In that Super Bowl, worth 3 points.
Jesus, Jeremy. How many fucking hints are you going to give?
100 yards.
I had a guess without looking at the hints, but that makes me feel better.
20 years. Trying to think of.
That's 20 years, huh? It's an NFC team. Trying to think. No. Wait, no. Was he there? And that was well, no. Oh man. Oh boy.
Going out on a limb on this one. I think it's a trick question.
I've had mine in there for about 10 minutes because I'm waiting on Kode.
I just typed mine in. That's a tough one.
I can't think of his name.
Because same thought I had, Bear, that you have is just that first sentence. I'm like, I think I got it.
I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Cam,
Jalen Hurts.
went the wrong way.
The answer is
Why should be John?
Frank Gore.
Gore.
Really?
Oh.
Oh, 3.5, Frank Gore.
Hey, don't be hating on Frank Gore.
Frank Gore had
The most reliable running back in NFL history.
Right.
That is not arguable. Dude never got hurt and he averaged 3.5 yards. You knew you were getting
3.5 a carry, boy.
And he'd still get you 25 carries a game. Frank Gore, that's good. Man. I thought sure it would have been. I thought a quarterback for sure.
That's probably what he did too. It was the Super Bowl, so he kicked it up a notch and gave him five carries with 20 carries.
And we did guess 2 quarterbacks that were on 2 losing NFC teams.
I don't think that Jeremy has ever stumped us with all his questions.
Let's hope he
It
doesn't
could
again.
be a first.
Brock Purdy was the 262nd draft pick in the 2022 draft, slated to become the lowest drafted QB to start a Super Bowl. Who are the only two QBs who started a Super Bowl who weren't drafted at all? We're not counting Steve Young, who was the first pick in the supplemental draft for USFL players. 3 points for each.
Well, he's not going to stump us totally. I know
Yeah.
one for sure.
Who else though? I don't know. I mean, the other quarterbacks got to be something from like Super Bowl III or something.
No, he said it was both quarterbacks have played this century, so
Both
2000,
this.
at least in the last 24 years.
Man, now I gotta think.
I'm like between three quarterbacks. I just don't know if they were drafted or not.
Oh boy.
I mean, one came pretty easily. I think we all got that.
This
Yeah,
century.
I think we're all on one for sure. It's just
Yeah.
the second one is
Uh,
second one's kind of tough.
uh, trying to think. Who else besides who wasn't drafted?
Probably Patrick Mahomes. You should write that one down.
I think I
Maybe
got it.
maybe Tom Brady.
Oh my god. Started at a Super Bowl too,
Definitely Jared Goff.
huh? Wait, what? No. No, they never made it to one. Oh man. Um, wow. I can't think anybody else. It's too early for me.
All right. We ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, and go. Kurt Warner, Jake Delhomme, Kurt Warner, Trent Dilfer.
Couldn't remember if he was drafted or not.
Dilfer was because I remember watching a thing about who was it? It was who was the it was about Kuiper back in the day, and the Colts guy shit on him for not because he said take Trent Dilfer. This is why the Colts suck. I was watching a whole thing on it, and the Colts didn't take him,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
and Dilfer went later. That's the
Well,
only because I
honestly,
was thinking Dilfer too.
my second was Brad Johnson because I couldn't remember him getting drafted ever. Jake Delhomme.
There we go. That was against the he was with Carolina.
Yeah, I was when they
Because
almost beat Brady.
yep, and because that's when Rodney Peete was the quarterback, got hurt in like the first couple weeks
Mhm.
and was done. And Delhomme took over, got in the Super Bowl, and then ran into
Really? He never got drafted, huh?
I would have never guessed that. Jake Delhomme would have never
Yeah.
been on my radar.
I say he fit the
because Dilfer was the only
stereotype.
other one on mine, and then I remembered that thing because I just watched it last week. Mel Kiper, young Mel Kiper, he doesn't know shit. And then I was reading more about Mel Kiper. Majority of the time, he's wrong.
Yeah.
So, Jeremy, thanks for trivia
Yeah,
as usual.
that was good, Jeremy. That was a good one.
The but Super Bowl is this week. Has the line changed? What is it now?
That's still
Two?
two. Still two. Yep.
What's the over under?
That I don't know. I think it's been dropping a little bit, but
Probably what, like 40?
probably
5?
44 would be my guess. Let's see. On DraftKings, it is 47 and a half. I don't know. I think that's
28-21?
I don't see it. Chiefs defense is better than people think. I think people are going to
Really good.
underestimate it. Now, granted, San Francisco's defense is worse than people think.
Yes. Agree. And Nick Bosa's really good, but
The
Patrick
problem is
Mahomes is really good at not getting sacked.
both have good offenses. It's just so tough to pick against them.
Right. That Chiefs D though, man, like you said, old Spags got him rolling quietly.
Yeah.
And that's what he does, man. And we'll talk about different things that happen. I know we mentioned Dan Quinn got hired last week. He got hired with Washington, took some of the guys with him. Al Harris stayed in Dallas though, didn't he?
For right now, yeah.
But we did lose our quarterbacks coach to be the DC over there.
Yeah. That's they can have them.
Yep.
Cliff Kingsbury went to Washington as well, be offensive coordinator. Which
But
is
at least they're
good.
making smart hires.
Good
Like,
for Dan Quinn.
yeah, good for Quinn. They got some people and
Which kind
some.
of leads me to believe that they're gonna trade up for Caleb Williams.
Yep. And I keep seeing that they keep talking about Mike Zimmer. I was like, he was our DC in the 2000s. I'm okay without him.
Him and Rivera.
Yeah.
The problem
So
is it'll be one of them because Jerry Jones is too scared to. He's too scared to make a different hire outside the box.
like a Vrabel.
I think he probably. I mean, he should, but I don't think he will. But because he's too big and intimidating,
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
shit.
big guy. I mean,
it's embarrassing. Could you imagine? Can you imagine being an NFL team worth billions of dollars and you're scared to hire some dude because he's 6'5", 280? Give me a break. That's embarrassing. It's a business. This isn't WWE.
They said he's worth what Dallas is worth what 9 billion now?
Mm-hmm.
Insanity.
Yeah, I can't believe. I think it's wild that they're acting with Vrabel, but whatever. It is what it is. So,
Yep.
but yeah, Super Bowl week, Niners Chiefs. Taylor Swift gonna make it. The world will be okay. World will keep spinning. They're gonna put a Santa tracker on our private jet.
Yeah, I saw that shit.
See that? But after she gets 18 stars in the Tokyo Dome for her performance, she's gonna
That's right.
come
Now she'll be legit.
come and root on her soon to be hubby.
Yeah.
So I know I saw Goodell say that he thinks the Super Bowl could be watched by 200 million people. Now, for perspective, the most watched Super Bowl was Chiefs Eagles, 115 million.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we getting another 85 million at? We just
That's
pulled
what I
out of our
wonder.
ass.
Those extra, the spouses of the guys that watch the Super Bowl usually.
Yeah, on their own TV.
Yeah.
Make up numbers. Are they going to give all? Are they going to give all the poor people in their shelters and India
Yeah.
TVs or what?
I don't
They're
think they
gonna
get
get
to
the
150. I think they can get to, 130, 140.
I agree. Ain't no way they're getting to 200.
might as well enjoy it. We're gonna be paying for it soon.
I just
It's gonna
saw
be
something
a
pop up right before we came on that the NFL and NBA were blown away, or no one told them about this streaming deal with ESPN and Discovery and all them. Like they were taken shocked by it. So you watch now; they'll team up and make their own streaming service.
mm-hmm.
That'd be wild.
Just like I said, they're gonna nickel and dime the shit out of us.
Yep.
It's gonna be worse than cable. We all thought cable was bad, and DirecTV gouged us. They kicked
Yeah.
DirecTV to the curb, and they're doing the same exact thing. And we're gonna take it because we're a bunch of minions.
Yes, we are. We're going to add that one too because we
Yeah.
don't need it.
All right, Niners Chiefs. Man, I've been going back and forth. I think it's going to be a good game. I think it'll be a defensive struggle sort of deal. Mahomes hasn't lost as a dog yet this year. The Niners haven't looked great. They should have been beat twice. So everything says, yeah, Chiefs should win, right? But I don't know. There's just something in me thinking the Niners are going to. And then I go back and I go, okay, if I think they're there, right? I think the Niners are a more talented team. Chiefs are better coached. I'm going to go with the better coach team here. I'm going to go Chiefs. I'm going to go Chiefs 21-17. I think it's going to be a little sloppy. Chiefs defense going to show up, but they're gonna get Sam Fran to make some mistakes. They're gonna get pressure on Purdy, and I think they're gonna just hound down on McCaffrey. Really, what I think they're gonna do. Now, if I find out Kadarius Toney truly is gonna play and start, I might change my pick to the Niners. So we'll see about that.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to ask. Is Kadarius Toney playing? 'Cause if he's playing, Chiefs lose.
I'm hoping they don't because I heard that Jerick McKinnon's going to come off of IR on Saturday and be eligible to play for the Chiefs. And he was the one that he didn't win him the game, but I mean, he sealed the game against the Eagles by going down instead of scoring a touchdown last year. So the big thing is McKinnon healthy, get him a touchdown this year. So I hope that happens. Hopefully, he gets the game winner. But I'm gonna go Chiefs.
Yeah, going chefs as well. Um, Score. Let's see. I still think they're going to put up some points. I'm going to go 28-24.
All right. What you thinking, Cody?
31-27 Chiefs.
Ooh, scoring.
The old chefs.
I like it. I mean, like I said, I think it's going to be a good game. Should be a good game.
And
Get to listen to Tony Romo for 3 hours, so we all should be happy.
Calling all the plays all the way through. I wonder how many times he'll mention Taylor Swift. That'll be interesting.
A bunch. I'm still waiting on the prop bet for how many times they show her so I can bet the over.
How many times will they show Taylor Swift?
I was looking. I'm trying to find where Reba's stats are because she's doing national anthem. I found stats on VSiN they gave of she's done like the anthem 7 times, I think. A couple World Series games, some rodeo shit. I think her longest one ever is 1:25.
Damn, that's quick.
She get in and get out.
Yes, she does. But it is a Super Bowl, so I guess we'll see.
She'll slow it down a little bit.
Maybe. She don't get paid by the she don't get paid by
the
the
hour.
Yep.
Well, we got UFC, and I think I'm left, you're right this time.
Correct.
Enjoy that one.
We are at we're at the Apex again, 2 weeks in a row at the Apex. Before a pay-per-view next week, I think UFC 298. So we get another fun Apex card here.
Yep. So in a bantamweight bout, minus 250 favorite from Peru, Daniel Marcos Pizza.
And the plus 205 dog from China, Aqualung. Yeah, I ain't pronouncing that. It's Aqualung.
In the featherweight bout from the United States, Bernie Garcia.
Who names their kid Fernie? And from the Philippines, his opponent, Hyder Emil.
In a light heavyweight bout, minus 125 favorite from the United States, Zach Pagua.
And the slight dog, plus 105 from Uzbekistan, Bogdan Guskov.
In a welterweight bout, plus 136 dog from the United States, Maximus Griffin.
And your slight favorite, minus 162, also from the United States, Jeremiah Wells.
In a light heavyweight bout, minus 218 favorite from the United States, Devin, get the tables, Clark.
And a plus 180 dog from Poland, fake Polish, Marcin Pracino. There's no ski at the end of that. Homie ain't Polish if there's no ski on it. So fake.
I don't know if I can do this one. In a women's strawweight bout, minus 278 favorite from Thailand, Loma Lukbunmi.
And the underdog from Brazil, plus 225 dog from Brazil, Bruna Brazil.
In a lightweight bout from Belgium, Bolaji Oki.
And from the United States, Timothy Chumbawamba.
For in a welterweight bout from the United States, Trevin Giles.
And his opponent from Brazil, Carlos Prates.
And into the main card. Middleweight bout minus 115 favorite from Brazil, Rodolfo Vieira.
And the slight dog, minus 105, pretty much a pick 'em from Armenia, Armin Enia Petrosyan.
In a lightweight bout, minus 125 favorite from the United States, Michael, do not touch my Johnson.
My dog, dude. I have been rooting for this dude since the Ultimate Fighter back in the day, and he is still going strong. And he's a favorite. I love it. And your slight dog from the United States, plus 105, Darius, give me my flowers.
Middleweight bout, plus 200 dog from the United States, Brad Tavares.
And your minus 245 favorite from Brazil, Gregory Rodriguez.
In a middleweight bout from Poland, Bob Bryzik.
That's a little more Polish, at least. We're getting there. And his opponent from Ukraine, Ihor. I like doing potteria.
In a featherweight bout from the United States, minus 166 favorite, Dan Ige.
And the plus 140 dog, also from the United States, Andre Philly.
And your main event of the evening, middleweight bout, plus 210 from Norway, Jack Hermanson.
And your minus 258 favorite from the United States, Joe Pfeiffer.
And that is it.
That'll be a banger, by the way.
Well, that's it. So thanks to Wes Anderson. Thank you to All Wear Clothing, Kronos Quality Landscaping, Connell Bear, DatingTransformation.com, Sparty, Steve, Paper Denmark, Great Key Merch, Parrot for not being here, and Willie Nelson. And as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night.
See you, Parrot. Hopefully you don't get, well, him driving in Florida kind of scares me a little bit. I don't know if he'll make it back.
Whatever buzzing you hear, just fly away from it. And don't drink any water next to the if you the lake, don't drink close to the lake. Watch out for them gators.